There we go. Wow, it was fast that time.
It was.
Good deal. Good morning.
Good morning.
Usually it takes a little bit.
It does.
On our
It
end.
spins and spins, and we're just sitting
Mhm.
here like,
Just waiting away.
that's right.
But not this morning.
Not this June the 14th
June the 14th.
at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning
Mm-hmm.
here in Alabama. It's foggy.
It was yesterday too.
Yeah, it was. Yesterday morning, I had to head out driving early, and I had to get some welding gas for Caden. And when I got on the road, I thought, oh goodness, this is not one of those days that I want to be driving.
Mm-hmm. Definitely foggy.
It was gone by the time I got back on the way home, but on the way there, it was very foggy.
So. The internet's acting up. See that sign right there?
Yeah.
That is not good.
Okay, y'all, if we lose you, they are supposedly working on, well, trying to see if there's any problems with our line, but we hadn't had any problems since they started checking it.
Mm-mm.
So if we lose you, just know that that's what it is.
And I'm plugged directly in too.
So it's obviously something. You know what? It rained.
Yep.
And it seems that after it rains is when it's
mm-hmm.
the worst. Anyway. So anyway, we're just going to hope it doesn't mess up. And we are here this morning. Don't worry about it. He gets a little hyper focused and can't get his mind off of it.
Oh, me.
We all have days like that. Or times like that. So hope everybody's doing well this morning. I don't see Nick and Zoe this morning. I was thinking earlier. I was trying to remember if they're usually on here on Saturday morning because they need to sleep in. You know, they got young children.
Right.
They work all week. They need to sleep in.
Right.
And I hope they are.
I hope they are too.
I don't know what made me think about that. I was like, are Nick and Zoe usually on there on a Saturday morning? So, are you worried about it?
Oh, I don't know why it's messed up.
It's beyond your control.
Mm-hmm.
So we got rain expected again this afternoon. It's been kind of the norm again.
It's raining almost every day.
Raining almost every day. And y'all know what that means? The grass is growing.
Like a weed.
Well, as soon as it gets cut, I say the beginning of the season every year, I'm ready to cut the grass. I'm so excited about that third cut, especially after as much rain as we've had. I'm kind of like, it can stop raining already. I told Jason, I said, whatever you do, don't put Caden on the lawnmower because me and Mick can handle that.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's the total opposite of the last 2 years. The last 2 years, we didn't get any rain, but now it's crazy because it's raining nonstop. It seems like.
And you know, I think Daniel and DJ in Oklahoma have gotten a lot of rain. So it must be a lot of places getting a lot of rain.
It's just totally different than the last 2 years. I can tell you that.
Yeah, because totally somebody just said in Tulsa it's raining every other day. What does my shirt say? It says support your local Klombach feed dealer. So that is that. We can't control the weather though, unfortunately, or fortunately. Sometimes we're just here. And
what's crazy is the last 2 years we wanted it to rain to fill the pond up, and now we don't want it to rain, so the pond will dry up.
That's right. That's right.
And the last 2 years when we wanted it to rain, it didn't. And now we don't want it, you know, I say don't want it to rain. Well, you know, we want it to rain, but not like this.
Yeah. Well, it really needs to rain because we don't have time to be working on the pond right now.
No, we don't. You're right.
So it's a good thing that it's nature's way of not allowing us to have time. We have too much going on.
I agree.
As y'all know, we got the coop that Caden's been welding the floor down in, and that's what I was saying earlier. Is we ran out of welding gas, and so I couldn't figure out where to get it. So finally, yesterday morning, I found somebody local, and I was so thankful because they were so nice and so willing to help me. I didn't know a thing about this gas. Oh, excuse me. But when I called them, they kind of walked me through what I needed to look for on the bottle and to know if they could exchange it. They don't fill them up; they exchange them. And yes, Lake Mitchell Construction helped me out here in Clanton, Alabama. So appreciate those guys, a gentleman and his wife helping me.
I was shocked that
Did I found some?
yeah, in our little town. I was shocked. A lot of people said Tractor Supply, and our Tractor Supply does not carry welding gas, but evidently some Tractor Supplies can.
Yeah, some Tractor Supplies can, but we needed it right then.
Yeah.
So I needed to find somebody local. I didn't, I went to Birmingham yesterday for an appointment, but Caden wanted to work and we needed to get the chicken coop done. So I said, well, I need to find somewhere local if I can. And they helped me out. And I was just elated. And they actually exchanged for a bigger bottle than I took back.
Right.
So that was good too.
That is good.
At first they were like, we don't have anything that size. I said, well, if you got something bigger, then that'll work too. Mm-hmm. And yes, it fit in my car was all I needed to know.
That's right.
It needed to fit in my car. Because the back of the truck was filled up with some Kalmbach feed.
Oh, me. Well, today's a big day because peach jam.
Peach jam. And that doesn't mean here at Cog Hill Farm. That means in the city of Clanton, Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Big event.
Biggest event of the year for our city. All things peaches and not the pig. All things eating peaches because Chilton County is the peach capital of Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Some would agree that it's the peach capital of the world, but Georgia's kind of got that motto.
Yeah, I think there's some
Georgia people won't like Alabama saying that they're
I saw some little going back and forth with Georgia and Chilton County. It was, not serious, but that Chilton County is the peach capital and there's some counties over there in Georgia that disagree.
That's right.
But Peach Jam is here, and how many thousands of people did they expect? It's like 40 or something crazy.
40,000 people. I can't remember. Yeah. I can't remember the number, but it's a lot of people that come, and it's a big event for the city.
Mm-hmm.
So we are happy to hopefully attend that later today. If it doesn't rain it out.
If it doesn't rain it out. Yeah. It rained yesterday, but it looked like it was short-lived according to the post I saw.
Yesterday the percentage here was not that great, but when I looked last night it had changed. So let's just see what the chance of rain is. It starts at 11 today and it goes on till 10 o'clock tonight, and that's because they have a concert in the evening. Today it's a 50% chance of rain, so that's kind of like zero. It's that didn't make sense, but it's either gonna rain or it's not gonna rain. It's either 0 or 100 is what I mean.
Oh, me.
It's gonna rain or it's not gonna rain. So anyway, but all those people that have those tents set up with all their cute stuff for sale.
That's the thing. And we know what that's like because last year at the Great Fall Festival, a pop-up storm came up and lasted 10 minutes?
Yeah.
10 minutes or so.
Came a monsoon.
And the tents were going, we're all holding our tents, like this, and everybody got soaking wet. And
there was literally water standing that deep. If you were walking, it was going over your socks.
Yeah. And it was gone just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that. So
but it was enough to get everything wet.
So I can only imagine those people. But those guys are professionals though.
Well,
those people that do that, they do that all the time, and I bet they just got some kind of something in place where they just move this, fold that down, and less than a minute they're ready. You don't think?
I don't. I don't think so. I think that there's no way to get everything out of harm's way. And, that's my theory. They just hope it doesn't rain.
So you don't think they got
y'all are thinking that's funny. 50-50 equals 0.
50 minus 50.
50 minus 50
I think
equals
that's
0.
What that means.
Okay. That's right. Oh, goodness.
Oh, man.
Is there anywhere to get clean free peaches shipped? There are some wholesale places in Clanton, Mountain View Orchards. It's across from Petals from the Past, but I'm not certain if they ship.
I don't know if Durban ships or not.
Well,
for some reason I thought they did.
There's Todd's Produce that's right down the road from us. His farm is, and Todd's may ship, but we'll try to figure out if we can't find y'all somebody to have peaches shipped. Peaches ain't gonna fit in a box, but
she's not gonna.
And you'd send her back anyway. She's kind of special. But if we find out somebody, we'll let y'all know. It's got to be somebody that ships. I'm sure you'd have to buy a big box, and who knows what the condition would be after they got there. If y'all know anything about shipping services, they get jostled around a little.
It's like the weather.
It's like the weather.
It's 50-50 or 0.
That's right. 50-50 equals 0, minus 0. Whatever.
Oh, man.
Oh,
somebody said in Northeast Georgia they canceled their peach jam today.
I saw that. But they're not canceling it here. They're going to hopefully, Peaches would fire Jason, Tanya said. They're going to hopefully be able to carry on, and I just hope for no rain, just for today's sake. I mean,
maybe just be overcast. That would be great.
That would be great. Last year, y'all, we went for the first time ever, and it was so hot. Of course, what do you expect? It's the middle of June, and weather's supposed to be hot, but it was. We weren't able to just stay a long time.
We walked around a little bit. It was I didn't know what to expect, but I think it was bigger than what I anticipated.
Somebody said that peaches ship around the world. Well, I know that they go to produce stores, but they're in those big, humongous crates. Yeah. And they're being moved around by a forklift, not a person. When a person picks up a box, they pick it up and they move it. And that fruit's moving around. It's different than being shipped in large cases or on pallets that are shrink wrapped. I just feel like the handling's different. So that's what I mean by that.
Well, somebody said that they had a friend that shipped apples, and they used a special box to ship them, and they said
they have those little crates, those little things that they sit in. So yeah, I don't know that it would be something that you could. Ashley McBride is going to perform. Is that who is performing?
That's the headliner this year. Yep, that's the headliner. There's several other people that are performing, but she's the headliner.
Okay.
Yep. I have to go back and look. I don't know who all is going to be there, but it's a lot.
Catherine over at G&G asked me this morning if I was going to the concert at the Peach Jam. And I responded no. Because I don't think I can stay up that late.
Yep.
Getting home at 10 o'clock just doesn't do me right. I mean, not to say I'd have to stay that long, but I really don't know much of her music. And unless you wanted to go, it's not something that I have set out to do. Yes, I would like to go to the festival, but stay in to watch the concert is not something that.
And then everybody leaves at the same time.
Yeah. It's just not something that's not something that's for me. I have concerts that I would like to attend, but
we dropped the ball on that.
I looked the other day, and they're still available.
Oh, okay,
they're still available, but I just don't know. It just makes me nervous.
Everybody leave at the same time.
Well, no, not necessarily that. Just committing to something.
I got you.
There's a nice lady, Miss Vicky, and she sent us the cast iron muffin tin that I was looking for forever. Lady is so kind, and she had reached out to me because she wants to give me a pickle brining crock. And so we're growing cucumbers, and I said on a video that Miss Vicky's going to give us this crock, and we're going to work out a time to get it from her. Well, they're in Mississippi, and so her thoughts were that I needed it soon because I said that. So she was doing her best to arrange a time to get it to me, and sent me a text, and I didn't respond because my mind was thinking I need to figure out when would be a good time for her to come, and I ended up not responding. And it wasn't that I was by any means trying to not respond to her. My mind just wouldn't work because I can't think ahead. Our time is crazy, as y'all know. We don't have a lot of free time. And while we say such and such day is our off day, we don't have an off day. It's no, if you're off on Mondays from your 8 to 5 job, I understand that you're at home, but ours is we work from home, so we don't ever know when our off day is going to be. And I sent her a message and I apologized because she thought she was imposing by asking when she could bring it. I explained to her, I said, it has nothing to do with that. And I apologize for not having responded, but it's just a fact I can't pinpoint in advance. And that's where I am with the concert. I can't pinpoint in advance. It's just hard. I might just better cut on my CD and act like I'm there. Y'all want to join me? We can all sing together and have our lighters and act like we're at the concert. I can do that from home. Man. I just can't commit to anything else.
Your CD.
Yeah. My CD.
You got CD player?
I'll get one. I don't even have the CD, but I got my phone. I can play it from my phone.
Oh, man, that's funny. My CD.
Well, I don't want to cut you off because here we go. It's like you're in silence and I want to talk, but I don't want to cut you off.
You can cut me off.
Okay. We had some people saying they don't want to listen to me talk all the time, and I don't want to feel like I'm stealing the show by all means, but this is what happens. He gets silent. I got stuff written down, but I don't want to over talk. So is it okay if I talk?
Oh, I was going to get back to Peach Jam.
Go ahead.
Talking about how big it was and how I was just, they say 200 vendors and you just don't realize. I forget how many food trucks. So, y'all, it was 50?
I don't know.
I don't know how many food trucks it was.
I should ask Brandy how many food trucks it is.
It's so many food trucks, y'all, that we could not make a decision on where to eat. That's how many food trucks it is. And we were just overwhelmed. And it wasn't the fact that there was nothing we wanted or the food didn't look good. It all looked good. And we didn't know which one we wanted to eat, that we left and went to a Mexican restaurant.
And there's plenty of those to decide from too, but that was an easier decision with having 10 Mexican restaurants. I'm a little overkill, but we got a lot of them. It was easier to decide between 1 and 10 than 1 and 50.
Yeah. So yeah, that was, I don't know if I ever been in a situation where there was so much food that you didn't know what to eat and you left.
And we left. And we left.
It was too much.
It was too much. It was too many decisions. We were just overwhelmed. And of course, Mary Carl was with us and she was adding to the fuel to the fire because
she didn't know either.
Well, she didn't know. And then she didn't want this and we didn't want that. So it just, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Just never been in a situation where it was just too many food trucks.
Too many food trucks.
It would have been different if there would have been a taco truck and a pizza truck and a corn dog truck. But when there was 6 taco trucks,
yeah,
you're like,
which one do I choose?
And so, yeah.
It just, it was a difficult decision. So we sat down in the air conditioner. And we were thinking while we were in the air conditioner, we made the right choice.
Yeah.
Because it was hot and the sun was shining. Oh, goodness. You got something else?
Well, I just thought of something, and I don't know why I thought about it, and I'm glad I did. And I know we mentioned this a lot on our channel, and that's because we don't want anybody to get scammed. But we had a new one yesterday. That was stealing our pictures and posting them as their own. And y'all, this was on Facebook almost 99% of the time. And they were verified. They had a blue check mark and they were scammers. So
I can't remember what the lady's name was that sent me the email, but she sent an email and I appreciate it because anytime y'all see anything that looks different,
suspicious,
please send it to us.
Yeah.
And while we say we don't open links, if you say you're a follower and this is the link to a scammer's page and tell us how to get there, we're going to do everything we can to take care of it because we don't want anybody to be. Do you want me to find the link?
I got it.
Okay. y'all, they were verified. And
verified.
at one time, you could get Facebook verified by only meeting certain criteria. You had to be invited to become verified. And now
you can just pay for it.
You can just pay for it. So it's no big deal to become verified anymore. Any of y'all, Miss Sandra, you could become verified by paying Facebook every month to get that blue check. And you could be a scammer.
This is the page right here, and they claim.
Hold it up a little longer.
Well, I want to read it real quick. They claim that they sell chickens and they have a 100% guaranteed delivery service. Blah 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 blah. They are verified. It's called a chicken poultry farm. They got a good bit of following going on, but you can see their blue check mark right there.
So I commented on some people that were trying to buy chickens from them, and I commented scammer. Next thing I know, I'm blocked.
Yep.
And that was from my personal page. So they blocked me because they know that I was on to them. Anybody that comments something that's out of their comfort zone, they just block them.
Yep.
So here's Jason's picture that they stole and make it look like, hold it up. Yeah, there you go. Make it look like that's their picture. And I think that they are doing that to a lot of people because those are not their pictures.
They're not their pictures.
I can't vouch for anybody else because I don't know who else it was. That could be Milligan for all I know.
Yeah, the next one says I have high quality emus.
And I know that is not the case.
No.
There's a phone number listed. So I called it yesterday morning when I first saw it. I said, I'm going to call these people and I'm going to ask them what's up. So I call them and it says, your call has been forwarded to a voicemail system. It was just some number that they had bought to make it look legit. They also have a picture of Topper to make it look like Topper's their goat.
Now, I have filed a copyright claim on here, and it usually takes 24 hours, and Facebook will delete my pictures, but
they're not going to shut that page
down.
They're
not going to shut the page down. They will not shut the page down.
So anybody can buy that blue check mark. It means absolutely nothing. If you're paying for that blue check mark, Facebook's probably laughing at you because that's their way to make money nowadays. Used to be, it was legit. They had to reach out to you and they had to invite you to become verified. You had to submit all these forms and what all was it that you had to do to become verified long ago?
It was a bunch of stuff.
You had to have 100,000 followers. It was legit. But now, y'all, it means nothing.
Yep.
And we used to tell y'all, do not follow anybody that says Cog Hill Farm unless they have the blue check mark. Doesn't mean anything.
They don't mean anything anymore. Yeah.
Makes me feel like Facebook does not care if you get scammed or not.
Yeah, they don't. They really don't do anything. YouTube's way better at protecting you. But yeah, Facebook is terrible.
Somebody said they are in your comments right now.
Maybe. I gotta try to watch it though.
So if y'all will, we appreciate each and every one of y'all that know how to use YouTube and follow us on YouTube. We still post things on Facebook, and it's simply for y'all. We don't make a dime off Facebook. It's a joke. It's a running joke. And we do this because we want people to be happy, and we want to see people smile and sharing stuff. If it brings y'all happiness, that's a good thing. But it does help us if you follow YouTube and not Facebook.
So just be careful.
Somebody said, can you put a watermark on all your photos?
It won't matter. They'll still steal it. It doesn't matter. You still have to file a copyright claim on it, just like you do anything else. So it doesn't matter. They don't care. The watermark doesn't do any difference anymore.
Watermarks mean nothing. So they're just gonna share along. And then people that want to buy chickens, they're just thinking it's legit. And they're thinking, oh, these people have beautiful eggs or beautiful chickens, and look at these healthy animals. And do not buy anything from anybody unless you talk to them on the phone.
Right.
Here's a prime example. Are y'all ready? So I have been looking for some windows for our new chicken bus build because I've got in mind what we want to do. We want to have actual windows that we can raise and lower without putting that plastic on the top of it to winterize it. Summer we can raise them, winter we can lower them. So I had found some on Amazon that were fairly reasonable. And I thought, well, I'll just buy these. But in the meantime, I've been looking on Marketplace. The other night, I decided I was going to look on Craigslist. Lo and behold, I found some windows. And it was just one picture.
Mm-hmm.
They were all the same size. It was 8 of them. They were 24 by 36, perfect size. And so it had her phone number. So I texted. And that's the way she wanted to contact. I texted her instead of calling. And I said, do you still have the windows? Never occurred to me anything different. And so she didn't respond that day, responded the next morning and said, sorry, I just got this. Yes. I said, okay. She said, I said, how many do you still have? She said, I still have 8 of them. I said, okay. Well, they were $30 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
So that meant $240, which was too much. But I was going to offer like $100 for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
She said she needed to sell them. So I said, then she asked me for a deposit.
Mm-hmm.
I said, here we go. And I said, look, I don't do deposits. I said, if you're not a scammer, you can call me and we'll set up a time. Well, next thing I know, my phone rings. I said, oh my gosh, she pulled one over on me, didn't she? She said, hello. I could tell she was in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I'm in such and such Alabama, northern part of the state, and I was going to Birmingham yesterday, so I wanted to get it all picked up at the same time. She said, I asked for a deposit because such and such, such and such. And I said, look, I am not giving you a deposit. I said, if you want me to buy the windows, then we can arrange for a place and a time, but I'm not paying anything until I pick up the windows. How much would you take for all of them? And she said, well, they're still installed. Could you come to such and such address and get them? And I said, you mean to tell me that I have to uninstall these windows? I got to take these windows down.
Come on.
And she said, well, I can take them out for you before you get there. So I tell her, I said, look, I got one good working hand. I ain't coming up there. I'm going by myself now because I had a doctor's appointment and I wanted to talk to this girl first. I said, I ain't coming up there with one hand to uninstall some windows. And so I Googled the address she gave me, and the place is for sale. And y'all, I don't know this for sure, but I have in my mind that those windows were going to be taken out of a place for sale. And I was going to be caught up in the middle of stealing some windows out of a... This was the dangest thing I have ever seen in my life. So needless to say, I said, okay. I said, well, how about I just let you know what's going on when I figure it out? And she said, okay, just let me know. And I blocked the number and I never talked to her again. And I thought, I mean, you can pull up on Google Maps the picture of the house. Y'all, this place was dilapidated. It was obviously nobody lived there. I'm not saying for sure that she was stealing the windows, but I'm saying I got a good feeling.
You was going to steal them.
Well, I was going to take them out. The police was going to come and they were going to see me with one hand taking these windows out of this house for sale.
I can see
8 of them.
Your mug shot all over Facebook.
Woman stealing windows. And Jason, I was in the computer room, so we call it. It's the room where her desktop is. And Jason was in the kitchen, and he come in there and he said, is it a scam? And I said, well, I think she might need some drug money. I'm going to have to go take these windows out of the house, and I don't like this. So
the one-hand bandit.
Y'all, I'm telling y'all, if I had went and
you were caught one-handed.
Can't y'all just see me taking my drill and going to a house for sale, undoing 8 windows and putting them in the back of my Subaru to me explaining to the police that the lady had them for sale on Craigslist, and I just paid her $100 for them. And y'all be careful. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Be careful.
Goodness.
I didn't take the windows out. She still got the windows if y'all want them. She still got them. It's on Craigslist. 8 of them, 24 by 36, all the same. She'll give you the address. You can Google it.
You can get them out yourself.
You can get them out yourself. Oh gosh, y'all, that one topped the cake. I was nervous after I hung up. I felt like I was involved in a scandal. I mean, I was feeling guilty, and I didn't do anything. I just I knew. I said, so you telling me I have to take? Oh no, ma'am, we'll take the windows out before you get here. Yeah, I'm gonna get there, and we're gonna be working with a drill trying to get all those windows out before the cops get there. Stealing somebody's windows.
Me. For $100.
Well, no, she wanted $35 a piece. I was gonna offer $100.
Oh, okay.
She wanted $280 is what she told me, but if I bought all of them, she'd take $250. Well, I was gonna offer $100. She'd have took it if I took them out.
I bet she would have took it.
Oh gosh! Somebody said, "Well-known YouTuber wanted for stealing windows out of a house in Alabama." And what made it worse was Mary Carl was planning to go with me, so teenager in tow.
Could have been worse. It could have been Dee Dee.
Oh gosh! Oh goodness!
Oh me! Oh goodness! We could see you, a few months from now on the side of the road picking up trash with your orange jumpsuit.
What they don't know is that Subaru's got turbo and it will go. I could be running from the law.
Oh me!
So y'all be careful out there, because I'm telling y'all, it was a big. And I didn't know how to block anybody, so I had to Google it because I'm nervous at that point. I'm thinking this woman's gonna come get me instead of me going to get the windows. So I had to Google how to block her, and I was scared she was gonna harass me.
Me.
She called me, and I could hear a man in the background saying, "Tell her we'll have them out by the time she gets here." Is the house a fixer-upper? It's a fixer-upper, all right. Y'all, it looked like it looked like the house was no count and the lot was what was for sale. But I have in my mind that they don't own that house. They don't own that house. They found that house and they were going to give them out.
You have been framed.
I have been framed. So I'm gonna quit looking for windows.
Oh goodness!
I'm gonna Brooke's mugshots in the post office. And I'm gonna quit looking for used windows because I found what I think is gonna work. And I'm not looking for any more window frames.
Oh man! Goodness!
I forgot to tell Catherine about that story. She had to get her grandkids yesterday, and
you missed your window of opportunity.
Oh geez. And I had already told her. I said,
what else was she selling?
I don't know, because this was Craigslist. See, usually I use Facebook because I can. And here's the thing, y'all. I Googled this phone number before I contacted her, because sometimes you can find out something about somebody by their phone number.
Yeah.
So I Googled it on Facebook, and it came back this bakery.
She was baked, all right.
And her stuff looked delicious. I'm thinking to myself, this woman can cook.
She can cook, all right. She's cooking.
And then I'm thinking Zoe needs to collaborate with her.
Oh, me. Probably needed the windows removed to let it vent out.
But her food looked delicious. And her cupcakes, I mean, she had some good stuff. I don't think she's
cooking cupcakes.
Yes, either. I hate it because that's no joke. I mean, people get messed up, and I think she was messed up. Yeah,
I believe so.
I think she started out with a good recipe and it just couldn't stop.
Oh, what else was she selling? She probably had a set of tires. Meet me at Meet me at the Ford dealership. You had to get them off yourself.
Her last post on her Facebook bakery was 2023. So that had me a little concerned. Why did she shut down this successful bakery?
Me. Got a catalytic converter that'll fit your car. Just bring your saw with you. You're going to get it off.
I was trying to get Zoe in the middle of it, trying to collaborate with this girl.
Oh, goodness.
Something in those brownies, Catherine said.
Oh, me.
So I did go to my doctor's appointment. And if y'all remember, about a month ago, I went to this appointment too. And I got up there and they said, well, Miss Smith, we don't have you down for an appointment today. And I said, well, I just got a text confirming it. And come to find out, it was a month later, which was June the 13th, not May the 13th, which was the day I went. And I got to see my doctor, and I had a mammogram, which I want to tell y'all, if you don't already know, how important that is to have done yearly. It literally, my appointment was at 11 o'clock. This was for a OBGYN mammogram combined. I get it done all at one time. My appointment was at 11 o'clock. I had the mammogram, saw my doctor, and was out of there before my mammogram appointment. I was in and out in 37 minutes.
Faster you can get windows out of a house.
I'd still be there, Jason. So anyway, y'all get that appointment. But she did want me to start on 2,000 milligrams of vitamin D for my broken finger. Not that she did any x-rays or anything, but she said it would help me to heal. And she also wants me to start some vitamin E. So I picked up both of those things yesterday. And my grandmother passed away with breast cancer, and she was in her early 60s. So things are different nowadays. If you catch it early, it can save your life. And I just it's not anything any of us dream about going to do. You don't want to do it, but it can save you. So do it. Schedule that appointment. Make a note. Do it Monday if you hadn't already.
Make a note.
Vicky said a mammogram just saved my life.
Oh, wow.
I mean, hopefully nothing comes back on mine. But if it does, lo and behold, we're going to take care of it. We're going to take care of it and one step at a time. So have it done yearly.
Somebody's asked earlier what was the burning apps that I use, and it's Merlin.
Hope you said burning apps.
No, we're not burning. That's your buddy over there just selling the windows is doing all the burning. Merlin and eBird.
Merlin and eBird.
Merlin and eBird.
Merlin and eBird, that's right. If you hear a bird and you don't know what it is, Merlin can help you out just by pressing a button and listening to the sounds. It's completely free.
Yep.
You don't have to pay anything.
Yep.
And it's fun. Even if you don't particularly, you're not like obsessed with birds, it's fun to know, hey, what bird is that making that sound?
Right.
So y'all check it out.
Merlin and eBird.
Check it out.
That was it.
So I got a text from my friend Miss Sue this morning.
Oh, Miss Sue.
Miss Sue was telling me that places to stay. So we have talked about our meet and greet, and as well as a lot of other YouTubers at Petals from the Past. That'll be September the 20th. And Miss Sue texted me her favorite place to stay in Clanton, and it is the Inn of Clanton. So Miss Sue comes to all the meet and greets. She's a follower of ours for many years, and we just love Miss Sue. But she said the Inn of Clanton is only 13 miles to Petals from the Past. She gave me the phone number if any of y'all want to jot it down real quick. I think Tracy's trying to get some things together to go on the website. But if y'all are interested in this, write it down. It is 205-755-7829. And that is the Inn of Clanton. Miss Sue can vouch for it. I've never stayed there personally, but they were bought out by Wyndham. So she said, but still do the event. They do event pricing. If you tell them.
If you're there for the event.
but still do event pricing if you tell them.
Okay.
I guess they get a special rate
Yeah.
or something if you're
Yeah.
telling them that you're having an event.
Yep.
No, my mate's not having an event that same weekend, I don't think. Hers is in October.
Hers is in October.
And we're going to that too, but we don't have a lot of information on that yet.
Not yet. Yep.
That one will be at Jeff State Community College, which is an inside facility.
Yes. Nice too.
Nice.
I saw several people saying for vitamin D3 to work, you need to pair it with vitamin K.
Mine is not D3.
Okay.
Mine is just vitamin D.
D. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
The doctor, I asked her what brand I should buy, and she said, just get that green bottle at Walmart. So, I mean, I felt like I always try to do my research on vitamins to find out which one's the best. But somebody said, do they have a window view at that hotel? Oh, goodness. I think that was funny.
Oh, me.
Oh.
The window jokes are just going to keep on.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tracy is working on, getting things together for Jacqueline for the website. And I think there will be more information, but I appreciate Miss Sue passing that along because I honestly don't know who to share, where to share. And it's
oh, me.
Tractor Supply, y'all. If you have one of those in your area and you're looking for some stuff on sale, go check out your store.
Man.
They all have a clearance section.
Racked up.
They're different in every location where the sale stuff is. But if you're a bargain hunter, you probably know where that aisle is already.
Yep.
And you might have to ask them because our Tractor Supply in Clanton is an additional 80% off all clearance stuff. And y'all, it's literally pennies.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Might not be anything you need. If it's not, just pass on it. But when I went to Birmingham to my doctor's appointment yesterday, I said, I'm going to stop by that location in Pelham and see if they've got anything on sale because Clanton's was so good and all locations are different. So the Pelham location was only 60% off the lowest ticketed price. And I asked him, I said, why is y'all 60 and the Clanton one's 80? And he said, well, they're all independently managed and the manager makes that decision depending on, how much inventory they have of something and what they put on sale. So y'all check your Tractor Supply out. They might have something you're looking for. Matter of fact, I got 2 welding helmets yesterday. Caden had bought the same one for $60. I don't know when he bought it.
I don't know when he bought it. He's had it. Yeah.
It had a sticker on it, $60. I paid $19 for it yesterday. So we needed a couple of them for ourselves. Now I bought one for $10 and one for $19, but we've got 2 welding helmets. So one day we're going to have 2 hands and we're going to attempt to weld ourselves. Right?
Right. All right. And, I didn't want to, Caden was getting started. He was figuring out the welder. He asked me several times that I wanted to do it, that kind of thing. And I was like, no, you keep going on. I'm going to wait till he gets down to the end to me start practicing because he's going to have to fix everything I do.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we want to practice on something that just needs sticking together, not something that, needs to be completed in an ample time. Of course, we're not in a big hurry, but it is something that he doesn't need to stop and try to teach us about. And
he's going to teach us.
You were watching him. So
I was watching him. And he took him a little bit to get it dialed in like he wants it, but I'm watching him. And yeah, you got some great deals. Motor oil.
Y'all,
I like to change the oil on our vehicles and stuff. And motor oil was, oh my gosh.
And they had oil on sale at the Clanton Tractor Supply. I got in line and I had all the oil that they had because oil doesn't go bad. And it was the weight of oil that Jason uses for certain things. Gentleman behind me said, you must have a big oil leak. And I said, no. I said, oil doesn't go bad and this is very cheap. How much did I pay for 5 quarts of oil? Like $6?
It was crazy. $6 or $8
for 5 quarts of oil, the big jug.
And it was fully synthetic too, which most all of your vehicles now take just about, or semi-synthetic. But anyways, yeah, it was It was a great deal.
And it
Unreal.
just depends on the store. Like Clanton
Mhm.
didn't have the welding helmets, but Pelham did. So if
Mhm.
you've got one and might be something you're looking for, it's a good time to buy, fertilizers. And well, I don't have my fingers taped because I haven't been outside. I haven't done anything that requires my fingers to be protected.
Mhm.
And I just got out of the shower, so I don't tape them when I'm in the shower.
Mhm.
I'll get it. I'll get them before or after we finish the live. Y'all don't worry about me. I'm gonna take care of myself. But it is still very crooked, and I've been doing my exercises.
Have you?
Yeah.
You've been doing your crawl?
Well,
You haven't been doing the crawl.
I haven't. I've got my paper in the bed, and my goal is to do these exercises when I wake up and when I go to bed.
Mhm.
And y'all, I find myself when I'm there with the physical therapist, I can do it real good. But when I get home, I feel like I'm not doing it right.
Mhm.
Like this will not bend the way it does at the physical. That's all I got. And that's pushing down on it. But when I'm at the physical therapist, it bends real good. I don't know. I need some
Mhm.
oil in it, I reckon.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of oil to put in it.
We did get the kettle. Yep.
Yes, thank you very much.
We did get it. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna. So we made a run to Walmart last night because our child needed some kind of makeup, and I wanted to get my vitamins that the doctor recommended. And while we were there, I had seen something. I have these toe blisters, y'all, that I've never had before in my life. And Jason didn't know about it till yesterday, but Mary Carl did. And so my toe next to my pinky, like this is my pinky toe, this toe right here has got a blister right there. First, I thought it was a corn.
Mm-hmm.
I made you look at it. I thought it was a cyst or something to begin with. It was on my left foot, and I didn't know what it was, but it hurts. And so finally I figured out it might be a blister. Well, one developed on my other foot in the same place. And I told Mary Carl that I thought my toe in my shoe might be a little too tight, but it's never done it till now. So I figured something out.
Okay? What did you figure out?
Okay.
So, do you know what caused it?
I'm thinking I know.
Okay.
So
I got to hear this.
I got these little things because I'd seen them advertised, and it's a little sleeve that goes over. I'll show it to y'all. I'm not going to show you my foot. I'm going to take it off my toe so you can see it.
But what do you think that causing the blister?
This is what I wear all the time. It's these Bombas little ankle socks. And I have like 12 pair of them, but for somehow Mary Carl wears them too, and she loses one every time she wears it. I don't know where they go.
They're on that. There's an island out in the Pacific Ocean where all the socks go, and they all hang out over there, party.
Yeah. We have a bucket that has mismatched socks, and Jason went through it the other week, and he said, "I found 13 pair of your socks." But they were tall ones. None of them were short ones.
There was a few short ones.
A few short ones.
There was a few short ones.
I didn't use all those. So anyway, I wear those socks every day. Mm-hmm. Well, what's been happening is I haven't been able to find those socks. So I've been wearing these little thin El Cheapo things. Mm-hmm. I think me not wearing my Bombas is what's causing my blisters on my toes. So I went to the Bombas website last night and I said, I am going to order me some of these Bombas socks. And y'all, it took a lot for me to order that first set. It took a lot because they ain't cheap. And I told y'all, I do not buy expensive socks. And so I looked at it.
I got you to get them.
You got me to get them.
I am a sock person now. I can't stand the cheap socks that fall down and you're constantly having to pull them up all day long.
Well, this isn't about them falling down. This is they're just made well, and they're the right thickness.
Yeah.
But I figured out that not having these on is probably what's causing my blisters because I've been wearing these little cheap ones that I had before the Bombas. And when I saw the price of them yesterday, they were on sale for like $75 for 6 pair. I couldn't do it, y'all. I said, I can't do it. I cannot do it. I've already bought these, and I'm just going to have to lay down the law that Mary Carl's got to. She says she ain't been wearing my socks. So where are they going?
I'll tell you, they're going to Sock Island.
She says she don't. She says, "Mama, I only wear your tall socks. I don't wear your short socks." So I don't know if that's true or not. But if I find one in her room, she's in trouble. I started Googling. I was like, okay, so I need something that's comparable to Bombas, but it's cheap. So I ordered 6 pair.
What'd you get? You know?
Yeah, I know. I can tell y'all what I got.
But they may not be as good. You don't.
Well, look. So I
don't
started.
Give them a big shout out.
I ain't gonna give them no shout out. I'm just gonna tell y'all how much I paid for them, and I'll tell y'all if they work or not once I get them in and these blisters disappear. I don't even know how to do this. I'm a useless cause. Okay. Are y'all ready? So instead of Bombas, where is it? They're called Buttermy. Buttermy. That sounds good. Buttermy. Anyway, compared to Bombas. Okay? And do y'all know what I paid for them? Instead of $75 for 6 pair, I paid $14.99 for 6 pair.
We'll see.
So this is the thing I bought for my toe. This little sleeve. So my left toe has just about healed up. I don't really know how. I thought about putting one of those little corn protector things on it, but I think that would make more harm than good. So I read about this little toe sleeve, and it says that it will work to keep blisters. Little toe sleeve. I got 2 of them. They came in a 2-pack. And I put this on my toe. And between this and my new fake Bombas,
you think it's gonna work?
I think it's gonna work.
Somebody said it wasn't too cheap. You got a $75 toe sleeve on you.
No, it wasn't $75.
But you had to pay it because you're not wearing your good socks.
I had to pay it. I am not paying $75 again for my socks, but I do love them. I do love them. They're good socks. I can't make myself do it. I just can't make myself do it.
Somebody asked what socks do I wear. I got all kinds.
Y'all, he's a sock connoisseur.
I got all kinds.
I bet you'd order them for me.
I would order them in a second.
You would, but I'm not gonna. You order them. We're gonna try these knockoffs and see what somebody said. Philip said that's a corny story. Philip. I don't know that it's a corn. I think it's a blister.
It's a blister.
I think it's a blister. I think it's a blister, but
I am a socksmith. And let me tell you what I have become over the last few months. I have become a coat hanger connoisseur.
I'm fine with the wire coat hangers.
Listen, I know why Joan Crawford got so upset.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But no, I can't stand them. Anyways, I done got where I become a coat hanger connoisseur, and
Sheila says foot care is a must.
But not I need these.
Get rid of that person. Go down a little bit. Right there. Go up too. Right there. Delete. Okay. Thank you. I don't mind the wire hangers. What is it you don't like?
I don't like wire hangers, period. But I can't stand the white cheap wire hangers. They're not worth nickel.
The white cheap?
The old white ones that the paint comes off of. Oh. They're as thin as fishing line. I can't stand those.
I like the wire hangers that come from the cleaners. You know, the thick wire hangers.
I don't like those either. I don't like them. Do not like them. And and now I got where I like the heavy duty plastic hangers for my shirts. And I like the ones that have the felt on it for the pants.
Y'all, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He's becoming a little extra in his older years.
Oh, me.
He's becoming a little extra. He needs special hangers. I just need butter mice or whatever they're called and wire hangers.
Oh, Miss Sheila, we get pictures all the time. You'd have to be more specific. You may want to send an email.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Wire hangers were getting keys out of cars, Ann says.
Oh, y'all, I got a story about that. Oh my gracious, I'm glad that came up. So my dad owns a electrical business, and during the summers, I always worked with my dad growing up, and he was working on a prison.
Lost my pen,
but it was a minimum security. The maximum security was next door, but the minimum security was the prison that he was working on. They were redoing this whole prison, and you'd have to drive through these two gates to get in there. And you drive through the first gate, and they stop you, and they inspect the truck head to toe, everything. Open up the hood, everywhere. And then you drive on through, and you're in this minimum, and you're in there with the prisoners. You're right there because it's minimum security. So everybody's there. You're in there. And lo and behold, we pulled up, and this was every day. And you kind of semi got used to it. You know, they're not in there for or crimes or anything like that. They're minimum. He
was
security.
Working at a prison, wiring the prison.
My dad was doing electrical. They were redoing all the buildings and building new dorms.
He wasn't in prison yet.
Not in prison. And so, you know, we come to work that day, and you know, we pulled in the gates like we did, and they inspect you when you go out too. So in case, I guess, somebody snuck in the truck or something. So they check you when you go in, check you when you go out, and we go in, and we're there, and lo and behold, my dad, we get out, we're getting ready for work and pulling wire and all that kind of good stuff, and Dad shut the door, and as soon as Dad shuts the door, he realizes he locked the keys up in the truck. He sure did. Well, luckily, you know, my dad's electrical business, so we got wire everywhere. So Dad gets a piece of wire out, and he's fiddling with that truck, and he's fiddling with that truck, and fiddling with that truck. 30 minutes goes by, and I caught this guy kind of on the side there, leaned up against one of the dorms, smoking a cigarette, watching Dad. After about 30 minutes of this struggling, he comes on over there, you know, puts the cigarette down and goes, "You want me to open that door for you?" And Dad said, "Yeah." He said, what you give me for it?" Dad said, "I'll give you a pack of cigarettes." He said, "All right." Literally, a half a second. He took that wire Dad had been fooling with it for 30, 40 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Boom, just like that, and door unlocks.
Oh my gosh.
So Dad gave him a pack of cigarettes.
Incredible.
Unlocked the door. Just like that. It was that fast.
I bet those people could get those windows out just that fast too. What do you think?
Probably so. Probably could get them.
That's hilarious.
Probably could get them.
I don't think you've ever told me.
Oh, man.
I don't think you've ever told me that.
Oh, man. That was something else. That was something else.
Goodness.
I won't ever forget.
You were in the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
To lock your keys in the car.
It was they wanted 5-gallon, empty 5-gallon buckets too, because that's what they would wash their clothes in.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm assuming they had a washateer there too, but I guess it was a lot quicker to do it that way. I don't know. But they wanted empty 5-gallon buckets. Mm-hmm.
Well, one time, what did they use for detergent? Did they have detergent?
I don't know. One time, so
I gotta put my shoe back on.
Dad would hire out a crew, like if we were pulling wire, we would pull wire that was like this big around, and it weighed
commercial building.
And it weighed something stupid per foot. And so when you're pulling like 3 of those through a piece of pipe, you had a machine on the other end that would pull like a winch that would pull the wire out, but you had to have people feeding it in the pipe. And so it would literally just throw you around. So you'd have to have a bunch of guys trying to hang on to pull that through. And so we're all hanging on.
They made moonshine in those buckets.
So. But you would Dad would hire out some of the prisoners, and he would ask the guards, and they would get him up a little crew. And so we're all pulling this wire, and it was work. It was work all day long, trying to feed that wire through the pipes. Middle of the summer. Not
That's
a
why you
tree.
weighed 100 pounds,
Probably
probably.
so. Not a tree anywhere. And I swear to this day, that was one of the hottest places on earth, was that prison. And so, working all day long, 8 hours, pulling that wire. Hard work. After the day was over with, Dad was going to pay him. And he was going to give them like $100 a piece. And man, the guards come over there and stop and say, whoa, 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 whoa. You can't do that. Dad's like, why? He said, they don't make that money in here. Well, how much? He said, a quarter. You pay him a quarter a day, 25 cents.
Oh, wow.
So Dad ended up buying them some Coca-Colas. He'd buy them a Coca-Cola, and that was their pay for pulling that wire all day long. But y'all, you talking about happy. Oh, just happy as they could be, sitting under a shade tree drinking that Coca-Cola.
See how I could have been so appreciative for my Coca-Cola if I had taken those windows out.
That's right.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, me. Man.
That's crazy.
What crazy.
Huh.
Sure was.
But this would have been in like 1994, 1993.
This would have been
94. It would have been like the year after.
Late 90s, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Because you were we were dating.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you hated going to that prison.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It was hot. Gosh, it was so hot over there.
And Mr. Jesse,
we were pouring slabs. They were pouring slabs, and we had to make up the slabs. So we were running this, the conduit, and you had to paint it black. Had to be this treated. You had to paint it black, and yeah, it was crazy.
I remember Mr. Jesse, our friend that was your daddy's help at the time, would stop at the store and buy crackers and cheese and sit that cheese up in the windshield. And by lunchtime, he'd have melted cheese or bread on a piece of bread.
He'd take that hoop cheese, slice it up, put it on the sandwich meat, and put it in the dash of the car. And when we got ready to eat lunch, it would be melted. And he'd have a grilled cheese. It was hot. It was hot.
Whew. Well. All right. So I guess we better, if you got anything else.
No, I was just gonna say Happy Father's Day.
That's right.
Happy Father's Day to my dad. He don't watch the lives, but Mom does, and she'll say, Jason said Happy Father's Day to you on the live.
That's
Joe.
Right. That's right.
That's Little Joe. My dad's Little Joe. My granddad was Big Joe.
So Happy Father's Day to every father out there, and Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And I hope everybody has a good rest of your weekend. I was thinking this morning as I drank my coffee, how I regretted not having drank coffee sooner in my life. I didn't drink coffee until, oh my gosh, it wasn't long before we left Cog Hill. We didn't leave Cog Hill. Cog Hill Road.
Yeah.
That was the road we lived on at the old farm. So we didn't leave Cog Hill for real.
Right.
But I just wish I drank it sooner. I wish, because I enjoy my coffee. So if y'all are drinking your coffee and mine's not quite empty.
I saw somebody say that they had their Cog Hill coffee for the first time and absolutely love it.
Ryan the roaster does a wonderful job at roasting. This is what we need to say. Organic coffee beans. The decaf is water processed. So anybody
no chemicals.
We don't ever talk about this, but the decaf is water processed, which means it's not a chemical process to remove the caffeine, which a lot of people do that.
Is Ryan on there? Somebody said, hey, Ryan.
I don't know.
I hope he is. Happy Father's Day, Ryan.
Happy Father's Day. And we're happy to help Mr. Ryan. Y'all, we appreciate y'all for helping Ryan. He's a good guy. And your support for purchasing his coffee helps him a lot.
There's Mike.
There's Michael. Happy Father's Day, Michael.
Yep.
So, y'all, get you some Cog Hill coffee if you hadn't tried it. Ryan would appreciate it.
Sure would.
All right.
There's Ryan.
There's Ryan. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, brother.
Go get you some coffee, Ryan. I bet he's already had 2 or 3 cups.
He probably has.
Yeah.
We do have a dark roast.
Have a dark roast. We have some vanilla. We have some, what are the other flavors?
Southern pecan and the it's butter caramel.
Butter caramel. And some of those are available in decaf too. So yeah. Y'all check it out. So I got a little bit left. But whatever you do, hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
And y'all be good. And somebody asked where we're going to Peach Jam. We are, but I don't know what time.
We don't know what
Yeah.
time, and it's water pending,
Mhm.
weather pending. I'm thinking about Ryan using a water bath to remove the caffeine.
Oh, me.
Not Ryan using it. Them using it.
Them using it. Yep.
All right. Y'all have a good day.
Y'all be good.